All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am in the building right now. Folks, unless you've been hiding under a rock, our former president was indicted a couple days ago. And today he came into New York City to get the process started on what will likely be a very lengthy trial against him. Well, so much going on in the political world right now. Folks, nice sell off today in the market. Let me go ahead and turn the music off. I don't know how many people are in here right now. We about to find out. Let me see how many views I got in here. Shout out to all the people in the chat room. So, as always, independence will determine who wins and who loses. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Let me find out where the hell my. 1 second, guys. They should be able to at least tell me what my chat room looks like. They'll always be fucking with my damn. 1 second, guys. Let me check my. Okay. Yeah, what's going on, King Simon? Okay, so it is working. Shout out to the people who are in the building right now. This is a very impromptu stream. I literally just popped up and did this. I've been working on some really, really important stuff in regards to my business. So I'm going to make up for my missed streams this week by going live today, tomorrow, and Friday. So I can catch up with you guys. But I want to know today how you guys feel about what went down with Trump, man. It's really important for us to understand why they're doing this. And it has everything to do with the election, everything to do with the process of getting us down the road to World War III. And the beginning of that so-called New World Order that we've been hearing about for, what, 30 years now? Understand this, folks. The road that we're on right now in terms of the US dollar, it's all everybody knows the game is over. I saw somebody in there bring up bricks and they deleted the comment. I don't know why he deleted the comment, King Simon. I'm with you on that. We seeing Asia, China, the South Americans, right? Getting together to strategize a way to move away from US influence in, the policies of their own building. Because that's what it's really about. It's about removing US influence. Because when you use the dollar, you automatically now have to, kiss the ring of whoever the president of the United States is. And they don't want to do that no more. They see us for what we are, and that is a failing nation, basically in all economic categories. The United States is falling apart. In literally every strategic measure you can come up with, we're falling apart. And that's just the truth. Population's going down. Economic growth is going down. Economic growth has been, going down for almost 20 years. If it wasn't for the fact that we had this huge implosion of capital during COVID, understand we were, for what, 35 years, a single digit GDP growth country, 2.5%, 3%. If you remember during Trump's time, he celebrated 3% GDP growth. I think it was 4, but that was like a big deal to get 4%. And there are multiple countries out there, high double digits, younger, more less mature countries. But, the idea is, whose customer base would you rather have going down the road? It's the younger countries. And they've finally gotten intelligent about banding together and saying, okay, what can we do to, be Pakistan first, be China first, be Saudi Arabia first? They don't want your US dollars no more, because when you print and print and print and print, they pay the price. With high price for bread, high price for wheat, high price for everything. You want to know how bad inflation is in America? Imagine living in a developing country where the US dollar is the safe haven currency. The people on the ground, the market sellers, they based their goods on the cost of the dollar to them, because they import their goods using dollars. They don't import their goods using local currency. So if I'm the president of Nigeria, if I'm whoever they call the leader, the king of Saudi Arabia, hell yeah, I want to get off this dollar ASAP, because my people are feeling the pain, and that puts my, my life in jeopardy. You go to some of these developing nations, look, you get some groups a little bit too angry, things might go left really, really fast, man. Things might go left really, really fast. Shout out to some people who are moving over to Bitcoin. That's the intelligent way to go. You don't really have any other options unless you want to go out there and buy one, which would be a smart play to do right now, by the way. You go out there and get you some USD CNH, some of that USD CNH. That might be a nice little play down the road for somebody, because that Chinese yuan will be jumping sooner or later. At the end of the day, look, when you're graduating 350,000 computer scientists a year, you're going to win. Okay? And we got to be honest about that. The changing world order will take place soon if we allow it to happen, Adam. If we allow it to happen peacefully. And that the problem is that you've got certain ingrained elements within the deep state of the United States government who are clearly marching to war. They want another world war. If you didn't see the Trump speech about 30 minutes ago, I suggest you watch that. I think it was on Rumble. I did watch it live on Rumble. The site is actually crashed because there were so many people on it. I mean, there were so many people on Rumble. It was crazy. We got some people. Yeah, this is the speech here. Okay, so that's the recording. It's available there. But the site was down for some time. I'm still watching the election here in Chicago, where they're about to, some people just, I don't understand. They just can't learn their lesson. City of Chicago is about to elect another failing black mayor. I don't know why black folks just don't understand. Every black mayor in America has been a complete failure. I don't know why y'all keep you know voting for these people. I just don't understand. But anyway, I want to see what happens in that election, so I'm keeping an eye on that. But I digress. Going back to the situation of the changing world order, you got to understand there's some people who just can't live with the idea of China being ahead of America. We've never been a second place nation. It's very, very hard for people to accept that, you know? It's very hard for people to accept that. What does the world look like in a world where America can't tell people what to do? You know? At the end of the day, I don't believe that the Chinese want to control Americans. I don't believe that they want to uh, boss us around in any kind of way. But I do believe that there are elements within the United States government that want to topple the CCP. Say back to back World War champs. Oh yeah. Oh man. Look, like I say, they want World War II, three, excuse me, to happen. Not only because of the massive amount of destruction that will take place, but the rebirth that would happen after such a, you know, astronomical amount of destruction. You'd have countries that are, you know, alive and well today that will not exist after a World War III event. That won't exist. You know, North Korea or South Korea, one of those will not exist in a World War III scenario. Taiwan will or will not exist in a World War III scenario. You know, that's real shit. Some of those Middle Eastern, not Middle Eastern, but Middle Eastern, you know, Palestine, Israel, one of those two may not exist in a World War III scenario. Chinese forces win, you get the Palestine. Chinese forces lose, Israel still exists. China and Israel, you know, that's something that people don't talk about, but they're not best of friends. You understand? Iran buys military equipment from Russia and China. You know, enemy of your enemy is your friend. But going back to the market real quick, I want to touch that. Everybody's got their own trading style. I get that. But let's talk about the market as a whole. We're still, again, you know, 4,300 to 3,600. I think we're in that trend for a very long time. We've been stuck in this trend for 6 months. This is where I've been hiring all my iron condors, about 3 to 4% beyond those points, just in case we break those highs or those lows. But I'm very comfortable sitting between these levels. Eh, look, your 401k hasn't gone anywhere in 2.5 years if you haven't checked. Obviously the balance is going up as you've been making deposits, but you're not really getting net gain over these last, 2 years. It's been a struggle. It's forced you to become more aggressive with your investing, depending on how you invest. And I hear you. I understand why so many people have, dropped, are just no longer trading, period. It's hard. It's really, really hard to make money right now. If you don't know where you need to be. What's going on, Bats? One of my thoughts on the Trump indictment, I think it's absolutely wrong what they're doing. This is setting a really bad precedent. I'm not saying that word right, but precedent for this country. That's banana republic type of behavior. Bats, I think you're from Zimbabwe. That's the kind of thing that happens in places like that, in Africa, in South America, and in some of these developing Middle Eastern countries, and in Eastern Europe, where we are afraid of losing power, so we find some kind of trumped up charge to arrest the potential opponent. That's what this is. That's banana republic behavior. And Bats, I think, as I remember, you're from Zimbabwe. In the middle 2000s, your former president, I only just know his last name. I can't remember the old guy. Oh, man. Forgot his name. Just passed away not too long ago. Freedom fighter, by the way. So I give him that respect because he's a major freedom fighter. But he had a political opponent by the name of Morgan Shangarai. And he put Morgan Shangarai, because he was more than likely would have ended up losing the election if one had taken place legitimately, under house arrest, under political arrest, literally, put him in jail in order to circumvent, an election taking place. That's how far now the Democrats have gone. They've taken a playbook out of African dictator, 1960s, this is how I got to stay in power. And my big fear, folks, is I think they might take this man's life. That's my fear. My fear is they're going to try to take this man's life in prison, in jail, or as we go through the process somehow they could, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand the curtain behind liberalism is totalitarianism. That's a different conversation. But these people are evil, man. Robert Mugabe, yes, that's the guy. Robert Mugabe. Again, a lot of respect for him because he was, man, dude was in the trenches. But then he got older, and the power corrupted him. The first 20 years, though, I was feeling what he was doing. TD Bank has over $3 billion worth of shorts on what, King Simon? Yeah, if you want to beat Trump, beat him at the ballot. But they can't. And they know they can't. Why? Because the last 3.5 years have been an absolute disaster. Your first bill in office is to eliminate the Keystone Pipeline. The energy companies say, whoa, okay, so this is how you're going to treat us? All right, we'll cut back supply. And what happened for the first 2.5 years of the Biden presidency? We saw fuel go out of this world. We had truck drivers say, man, fuck this shit. It's not even worth driving my truck. I'm just going to park it. You guys remember the pain at the pump. It was like, damn, how high can this go? We had $7 fuel in California. And that was oil companies saying, okay, this is what you want to do? Yeah, we can play that game too. You got to understand that, man. The Democrats don't know how to run anything. These people are not business people. They are dreamers. They are academics for the most part. They don't really come up with they don't really understand the numbers like that. I'm learning that. And most of them too aren't self-made successful people. They are individuals who have come up through the ranks of the party and are slaves to interest. They are slaves to BlackRock and the teachers unions, the police union. I mean, you look at a person like a Barack Obama who came into Congress with a net worth of $189,000. He leaves office with a $15 million net worth. Now he's got a $15 million house out in the. I mean, again, slaves to interest. He's not a businessman. Obama never hired nobody. You know, you don't understand the numbers. And the divisions are real. I mean, I was just sitting back the other day thinking, like, damn, notice all the guys who hunt, who fish, who go to the gym, they're all on one party. And then the other party are just guys who sit at a desk all day and talk and dress up in heels and skirts. And, they live in this kind of fantasy world. Those are on that side. It's very hard to find on that other side guys who are real men like that. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying? These divisions are real. This next election, and every election is important, but this one, man, it feels different, man. It really feels different. I think we're fighting for something different this time around, man. We're fighting for the soul of this nation. We're fighting for the soul of this nation. I'm gonna show you guys, what I mean when I say that, because I think you guys need to understand to know the depths of satanic just evil that is on the other side that you're dealing with. Let me find that video, and I want to see where it's at here. Let me see if I can find that video. It happened a couple days ago. Maybe, I don't know if he moved it. But this is some wicked shit, folks. This is some really wicked shit. Let me see if I can show this. God bless this man's soul here. You see how wicked these people are. Let me show you this, man. This is a pastor. And I thought this would be a prank. This is some real shit. Listen to this, man. Even if you're not a Christian per se, most of you guys know the word. And you tell me what part of this isn't blasphemous.
Is holy. There has been an assault on the rights of drag performers in this country, and we must call out the hypocrisy and the injustice. Jesus called himself a mother hen longing to gather up her chicks. Gender is a construct, you see. And if Jesus can be a mother hen, then you can dress in drag. I've even heard it said that Jesus was, and humanity is, God in drag. So let me say this again for those of you in the back. Drag is holy. Drag.
Blasphemous. This is blasphemous. And he's got a cross behind it. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand the depths of wickedness these people exhibit, man. Y'all think this is a joke. Y'all think this is a joke. These people are evil for real, for real. God have mercy on that pastor's soul, man. And one thing about them is you notice they never preach out of the word, because the word is very clear that, you know, it clearly says that men shouldn't wear women's clothing and women shouldn't wear men's clothing. It literally says that. I know there is for sure a verse like that in the Bible. This is on Twitter right now. This is a real pastor, a real church. That's their next institution. That's what they're going to now. That's what they're going to now. These folks will not stop. And you're going to have to choose sides, fam. You're going to have to choose sides. Ain't no more, man, I don't really, care about none of that. Nah, man. Now they're coming, they went into your school. Now they're coming to your church. They're already at your job. They're already at your job. Oh, yeah. What was that that other video? You will obey us. You will respect us, or whatever. Y'all saw that one that went let me show you this one. I don't think you guys saw. Y'all, whoa, I'll be watching these people, bro. I'll be watching these people, man. See, let me hear.
Let me tell you something about LGBTQ rights, about trans rights. This is only going in one direction. You will respect us. You can be upset. You can be angry. You can think it's unfair. You can feel like we're stealing something from you. But it's still only going in one direction. You will respect us. Let me tell
y'all, let me tell you something, man. Y'all think it's a joke, man. These people are evil. These people are evil, man. Y'all think it's a joke. They're threatening you. They're threatening you. That was a threat. That's what he just told you. You will respect us. So what did I, what will you do to me if I don't? That's what I want to know. I mean, just go out and say it. Just go out and say it. I mean, you are, right? Trading as a lifestyle said that was scary. No, it ain't scary. That's what they want you to be. See, at first, it was to confuse you, to get you confused, for you to not to understand. Now they're pushing it on. Now they want the fear. First it was to confuse you. Then it's now to put you in a position of fear. And it's in stages. The first stage was, now you're a bit scared to just even talk out against them. You might lose your job. You might, get what's that kind of, I forgot that, canceled. There it is. You might get canceled. But now they're putting the fear of God in you. You will respect us. Oh, okay. Y'all really want to go there? Okay. Okay. But then again, that's why they're patty caking that situation in Tennessee. You don't even hear about it. Once they found out that it was a transgender female, the conversation was over. It was over. They do not talk about that shooting anymore. You cannot find that in the media. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to talk about it. Oh yeah. And just so you didn't hear it, let me play that just one more time, man. So I really want you to hear that.
Let me tell you something about LGBTQ rights, about trans rights. This is only going in one direction. You will respect us. You can be upset. You can be angry. You can think it's unfair. You can feel like we're stealing something from you. But it's still only going in one direction. You will respect us.
Bro, I feel like I'm in a fucking video game. Like, is this a game? I mean, what is this? Yeah, it's not a joke, family. It's not a joke. You said new pronouns was, her, us. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're actually making excuses for her. They're making excuses for the shooter. They're making excuses for the shooter, man. You know, I'm actually holding back some videos because I don't want to get my whole channel thing. But I'm telling you, these folks, man, they preparing. But it's okay though, because we got some folks on the other side of how they're preparing too. You know. You know. If you didn't see the Trump speech, I'll play a little real quick, a little clip here. You know.
Our currency is crashing and will soon no longer be the world standard, which will be our greatest defeat, frankly, in 200 years.
Absolutely.
A defeat like that will take us away from being even a great power.
And he's the only one talking about it. Joe Biden not talking about it. Nobody on the left is talking about it because they don't understand what's at stake here. You know, when you know, God, man, and it's just, I know I'm preaching to the choir here. What I need to do is get, 50,000 black people in the room because it's us. It's people like me who keep voting for these Democrats, man. And you go all around the country, and what do you see? It's a mayor with a D next to the name. That's where all the poverty is. That's where all the crime is. You know, you can't find one successful town that's predominantly black with a Democrat mayor that's safe. Not one. You know? So what do you got to do? You got to run here. You got to move to Atlanta. You got to move to Houston. You got to move to, that's being black in America. You got to move to all of these different places because, these Democrat cities you go to or where you start out at, they can't offer you anything. They can't offer you anything. Look, man, that's one name I will never. I mean, I can't even pronounce that goddamn name, man. I've talked about, Sleepy Joe's is too busy with ice. Man, fuck Joe Biden. Let me tell you something, man. This stupid old man doesn't even know what day it is. On Tuesday, he had a speech. He said, "Happy Thursday, everybody." That's what he said. Can you find it? You won't find it. He's tripping and falling everywhere. He doesn't know what time it is. He's slurring his words everywhere. He's got now, and if you notice now, when he comes down the stairs, his Secret Service, they have to hold him to walk down the stairs. They literally have to hold him. He might be another one of those people that's hiding an illness. I mean, I think Obama was hiding an illness one time too. There's a really creepy clip of Obama. Somebody held his hand up and it literally looked like his hand just went like lifeless. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Those of you guys who, on the internet quite regularly, you might know what I'm talking about. But I've always thought Obama was hiding an illness as well. I don't know. That was weird. If you haven't seen that clip, you got to see it. I could find it, but his arm literally goes dead while it's in the air. And again, the media covered it up. But that looked like that was a medical problem. Clearly. Somebody, but again, just going back to your Vivek thing, let's see here if Chicago has again made a big mistake. You already had one failing black mayor, about to have another failing black mayor. I'm not sure who's won yet. I haven't been watching it for a minute. We're trying to see who is going to be the winner there. These people, folks, don't get it. It's time to get tough on crime. It's not time to, hand out hugs. And what's crazy is that these soft on crime policies, you're only hurting your own people. You're only hurting people who look like us when you get soft with criminals. Because the criminals harassed the most are the people who live in the community. So when you get soft on them, the only people that hurt are the young girl who gets shot, the young boy who's, brought into a gang. Yeah, the last 3-4 years, man, they've gotten soft on crime, man. We've gotten soft on crime. And the only people that paid for it is us. Let's just keep it 100, man. Anybody who lives in Chicago or near Chicago, this is sad, man. And there's a let me find that page where this guy, all he does is put up the faces of the people who got killed every day in Chicago. It's a sad, sad website. Let me see. Is it like Death? I think it was Death Page Chicago or something like that. Literally, that's all he does. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. And you go on there and it's literally just a bunch of young black youth. I'm going to make sure to have the page next time, but Chicago. God damn, I should have had this page before I came on. I should have had the page before I came on, but it's all here somewhere, man. Okay. Yeah, go to heyjackass.com. Heyjackass.com. That's another one. That's not the one I'm thinking about, but heyjackass.com is another one of those sites. And I can show it to you real quick because I know some of you guys are on mobile watching me. And this is the website where he's just breaking down, a person is shot in Chicago every 3 hours and 54 minutes. A person is murdered every 17 hours. As of this week, 2 people have been shot and killed. 19 people have been wounded. From March, you had 34 people killed. That's up 17% over 2022. 178 people were shot last month. That's actually down 20% from 2022. You had 36 homicides. 36 homicides in 1 month. That's a goddamn disgrace. Shootings through April 3rd. 48. Let me see, was that 48 shots? Shot placement. God damn, these dudes are doing headshots. Most of the shots are to the head. So that tells me they're doing these up close and personal. Because these gangbangers, they don't have the ability to, like, shoot from 50 feet away and get a headshot. They're doing it up close. So they're literally just walking up to people and shooting them in the head. But yeah, this is a great website. And again, 78.4% of the victims Black, 19.2 Hispanic. It's just us. It's just us. And now you're about to elect a Black mayor who's going to say, "Oh no, come on, we can't do that now. Come on now, we can't get tough on crime now." When 7 out of the 10 chances it's going to be somebody like me getting shot in the head. That's a damn shame, man. I want you to get tough. Get tough now. You ain't got time to waste. You got 36 murders. That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, Zerker. What's going on, Universal Success? We just spent some real game out here today, man, because look, man, this country is failing in so many ways right now. And you guys feel it. I can't take my girl out without spending at least $160 now. It's crazy. A decent dinner. You're going to the supermarket, you're spending all kind of crazy amount of money just to eat, to feed your family. And what's the excuse? Oh, the war in Ukraine, which is money laundering. And by the way, they announced another $2.5 billion for Ukraine today. And they put that out real quietly. It was real quiet. They want to send another $2.5 billion. This is money laundering. That's what this is. Let me tell you something, folks. Russia lost 21 million men in World War II. Y'all are not going to outweight these people. They're in it for the long haul. And like most American wars, you're going to get tired. You're going to get another new administration's going to come in. And it's another losing effort. Iraq, losing effort. Syria, losing effort. Libya, losing effort. Hell, we can go to Somalia, losing effort. Afghanistan, losing effort. But you got a lot of people who got rich, the insiders, the billions and billions and billions of all that money. We don't know what happened to it. We don't know who and how much people made. All the money's just, it's a damn shame, man. Goddamn shame. Sheila said, hunt those criminals down like a rabbit. It's not even, man, look. I don't even want to call these people criminals, man. These people are, at this point, man, some of these people can rightfully be called animals. The way they kill people in Chicago, that's not a criminal. See, a criminal has a mission. It's not a criminal. That's an animal. These people aren't benefiting in any kind of way. Shit is going downhill fast in a lot of these communities. And there was a point where people were saying, oh, they're going to kill themselves out. It's been like this for 10 years now? 15, maybe 20? Actually, a lot longer than that, because I remember seeing these documentaries, back in what, 05, 06 about murder and crime in Chicago that was out of control. So we're talking almost 20 years now. Crazy, man. Willa just got a new pistol, excited to go to range and go home in my military and hone in my military training. Shout out to you. You see, they're killing folks for $2 or $3. Man, look, I don't even think they're killing people for money. I think they're just wicked, evil spirited people who just walk around blowing people's heads off, man. Read some of those stories when you get a chance. Read some of those stories. It's like, yeah, Shaquan and David were sitting in the car and a perpetrator walked up to the vehicle and started shooting. What the hell? So you can't even sit in your car? I mean, you know, again, that's not somebody going after some money. That's just an evil ass person. Because when you're sitting in a vehicle, you're relatively, you know, unable to move around. You're not as able to, you know, that's an animal. It's not a criminal. You know, that's an animal. 125 victims so far in 2023. Let me show y'all this page, man. This is the Chicago Sun Times, and basically what they do is they put out a little excerpt of every little murder victim for the day. Salmon Richardson, 35-year-old black female, died April 4th after being shot at 9:50. God bless her soul. This was April 4th. This is today. Lord have mercy. What was woman found shot to death in Englewood home. Was found shot inside the 35 block or whatever. She was found with a gunshot wound to the chin. Lord have mercy. 35 years old. Got a whole life in front of her. Unknown, 17. This guy don't even got a name. Unknown 17-year-old male died April 2nd after being shot at 6:07 p.m. Unknown 28-year-old male died April 2nd after being shot. Unknown 32. I mean, they don't even have your name. That's how fast it's coming in. Darian Williams, 16. 16 years old, man. Look at this, man. And some of you liberals got to sit here and tell me about Trump, and you letting this happen? You letting 16-year-olds die? Tevin Covens, 29. 29-year-old black male after being shot. 29. 20. Jacob Martinez, 32. 19. 32. 45. 44. 33. 40. 33. 22. 27. 51. 30. I mean, these are people who still have so much life to live. I don't even want to read this now. This is sad. 16 years old, man. This is what, was that the second or third 16-year-old? Look at that. Guys in their 20s, 17. Even 45 is not old. That's a damn shame, man. These are all black people, man. I'm just reading the names. These are all black folks. For the most part, man. It's a disgrace. This is a disgrace. Thank you, Bats. I appreciate it, man. I'm coming back hard with this. Absolute disgrace. And don't worry, they got all the information ready to go. When it starts getting hot and heavy, they're going to tell you about how Trump is a racist and look at all these people and all the while they're overseeing a community where people like me, who look like me, are getting killed by the dozens. And you got the nerve to tell me that he's racist. That's crazy, man. You're a racist for allowing it to happen. You're the racist. Because you watch it happen and don't do anything. That's racism. And I'm not saying these people over there are perfect either, man. They got some crazy ass people. You know, I've read that book, the Turner Diaries, where it talks about the Rahowa, which is the short word for the racial holy war. And some of the people on the other side are weird too. They're weird too. They got some sick things going on with them. You know. So we keep it objective over here. At the end of the day, I'm black. I don't like none of y'all for real like that, unless you got my best interest at heart. You know. But when I'm watching, 2.5 million people over the course of Biden's 3.5 years stream around and over the border, some of them being MS-13 people who hack people to death and being allowed to stay in this country and turn around and look down on me and look down on the black Americans who built this country. I got a problem with that. You're the guest, not me. We got to get real about that, man. We got to get real about that. It's time to get real this election. And I think, like I said, the Democrats are about to shit on themselves because, they're going to see a huge shift. I really believe that. I think you're going to have a couple million black folks vote Republican this year because they realized they didn't get nothing. All that, oh, I was vice president with Obama. You didn't get nothing. You didn't get nothing. 4 years, you didn't get nothing. If anything, you lost. What was that article? Fastest homeless population is black women. Let me see here. I know fastest homeless population, black women. Let me see here. Let me see here. I'm gonna find that article. Yeah. Incredible homelessness that's happening, particularly out in the West Coast. Because again, there's nobody more classist than a liberal. I mean, liberals are the most classist people you've ever met in your life, man. I mean, they're most in terms of just segregating people by whether it be intellectual ability or what school they went to. 9 times out of 10, if somebody's kind of trying to judge you that way, that's more likely a liberal. More than likely a liberal. This is California right there. This is the quote liberal bastion of America. Look at this. Black folk were disproportionately homeless in California. This is the liberal mecca of this country. This is what you want to bring to all parts of America, where they use the excuse of climate change to increase the cost of building affordable housing. You know how hard it is to build a home in California? The amount of fees and regulations and gosh, what's the word for it? Is it permits? I think it's permits that you have to pull to build a property in California. That's why it's so expensive. It's so hard to get approval to build anything. And they want to sell you that, lie about Climate change. Come on, man. The climate change is bullshit. Let me tell you something about climate change, and I'm going to do real quick on that because I want to get back to exposing these liberals, man. If you really believed that the ocean levels were going to rise up, do you think Bank of America would give you a home loan for 30 years? These are banks that have a lot of money, a lot of smart people working for them. Would they give you a 30-year loan if they knew that the waters would rise so high that it would eliminate the underlying investment? You got to think about some of the things these people are saying to you, man. Think. These banks wouldn't give you shit. But loans are still being written. Why? Because it's not true. And they know it's not true. They got the money to do the research. They know it's not true. The whole carbon tax credit game, that's a hustle. It's a hustle. You can put all the carbon you want in the air. Malawi, Senegal. But, if you want to put a little extra, you're going to have to cut me a check, You got to send a check to Brussels. It's a scam. That's all the whole climate thing is. It's a hustle. Y'all got to be deep, man. When these people tell you something, think about what they're saying. Like, man, that's not really making sense right now. It's not making sense right now. Said black people should never, and I mean never, vote for liberals. They're just not who they say they are. That's the thing. They're not who they say they are. They've been liars for a long time. Deceivers for a long time. These people are telling you, you will respect us. That guy votes Democrat. That man's a Democrat. Talking to you like that. These are the people you want to, you want somebody like that taking care of your kids, man. And don't even get me started on Dylan Mulvaney. If you don't know who Dylan Mulvaney is, this guy is, in my opinion, I think a dangerous, suspected, God, I want to use the word child, but this guy is sick, man. This guy is sick. Can I show you some of his stuff? Let me see here. This dude's sick. This is Dylan Mulvaney. Back when he was, he had tried to be an actor. He was a failed actor. He's been a failure all his life, and all of a sudden he decided to turn into this. And he makes videos geared to children. I've already blocked my kid on TikTok. You're not going to participate when this guy's video are being promoted to children. And by the way, Kamala Harris actually sat down with this guy. This guy is now the face of Bud Light. I don't know if you guys knew that right now. He's actually the face of Bud Light. Let me go back to, he's the face of Bud Light now. They actually got him on the can. Talk about not knowing who your customer base is. He's literally on the can talking about 365 days of girl power or something like that. This dude is sick, man. Let me see here what this girl.
This is Dylan Mulvaney, a biological man who began identifying as a female just 194 days ago.
Yeah.
Now, this man was invited to speak at the 2022 Forbes Power Women's Summit, and his entire talk was about transitioning in social media. He has also been praised by many large brands for his bravery and even walked in this year's New York Fashion Week. Not to mention, this man is sponsored by Tampax. The problem with his appearance is the simple fact that he is a man who presents himself as an over-dramatized parody of a woman, and it's quite embarrassing. This man came to fame after documenting his creepy, fetishized version of girlhood, and his videos devalue what it actually means to be a woman. It's offensive to women, and if we as a society are going to call anything appropriation, well, here it is. Being a woman isn't a costume, and no amount of dresses, surgery, makeup, or anything will ever make you a woman. And pretending that it does is erasing actual women and their accomplishments. When is this delusion going to stop? Because my culture is not your costume. Wake up. This.
Well said. Well said, man. Beer Brand Speaks Out defends partnership with trans activists. This guy's not an activist. If you've done something for 194 days, can you call yourself an activist? Come on, man. But that's, again, when you're talking about the left, you're talking about, you're not talking about integrity when you're talking about people on that side of the aisle, man. These people don't have integrity. They don't talk about honor. They don't talk about, they don't talk about discipline. They don't talk about discipline. That's why they came up with, what's that term? What's it called? Body acceptance or something like that? I know there's a more proper term that they use for it, but again, created by people on the left, so you can be fat, tired, and be okay with it. The last thing people on the left want to see you do is go into the gym and get strong. Because people who go into the gym and get strong, they don't go along with agendas. Those people are disciplined people. They don't like people who go to the gym. They want you, high on seed oil, high on carbonated drinks, fat, tired, sickly. That's what they want you. They can control you better. Because when your mind is weak on the dangerous, chemicals in these foods, you're susceptible to mind control, man.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay.
Absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying, man. This is sick. This is absolutely sick, man. How does this happen to our country? How did this happen? How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? Oh, Lord. Yeah, body positivity. Thank you, Adam. That's what body positivity is about. Just keeping you fat and, depressed. That's why they tell you to go to the, you need to, go to psychologists, go to psychology. They don't tell you about going to find God so you can find purpose in your life. Anything but that. Anything but that. And for those of you guys who are on social media a lot more than others, that's why you're seeing a lot of these quote unquote Instagram models or Instagram baddies, they're transitioning now into being quote unquote holy girls, where they're carrying around the Bible and starting to share the word. I think that's again a ploy of the left. But we need to see that mature a little bit, see how genuine that is. But again, when you start seeing groups of people who are being propped up by the left, there's usually an agenda behind that. There's usually an agenda behind that. You know, when I was a kid, children were seen but not heard. But what are the liberals doing? They put children, that we need to listen to children. You know, they got that weird climate activist. And then what happened during Joe Biden's inauguration? They had that little black girl talking about, we need to do this and we need to do that. They use children as the spokespersons. Like, we need to be listening to them. You know, and that, man, I digress, because that goes into their, you know, that level 2 of the agenda, which is, you know, but we'll get, one day I'll be able to speak to that, possibly on Rumble. I'll probably have to make a channel on Rumble for that video and just, you know, send you guys a link to it. You know, but this is Bud Light. This is Bud Light. Can you imagine Bud Light putting a transgender woman on their can? But that's how much they want to go after masculinity. That's how much bad they want to trigger you. Because at the end of the day, what they really want to do is they want to see you act violently, particularly those of you guys on the right. That's why they're so big on January 6th, even though nobody on January 6th had guns. And you had videos come out showing that the police were literally escorting these people throughout the building, shaking their hands and shit. But they sell the January 6th fear propaganda because it makes people on the right look scary. You know, this is crazy, man. Again, this man has been a woman for 200 days. I really love this thing Kid Rock just did. I want to show you guys that in just a bit. This is when he was a man, a failed actor. So he's been on these over the top stuff.
I'm sorry, I have no more bread for you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, let me stop that. It's weirdo. Jesus Christ. He's talking about tampons.
Day 12 of being a girl.
Day 12 of being a girl.
And I just picked up some tampons.
We're gonna go buy tampons.
This is a man,
What
guys.
I don't know. Which one should I get?
This thing does not go up inside you. Like, where does that go? Oh my God, what the hell?
I know where the tampon goes, and it doesn't go inside me.
I bought tampons because I've never bought them before.
You know what? I'm always gonna have one on hand for anyone who needs it. Women supporting women. Love ya.
Need one. Love you.
We got a lot to cover, but
We have a lot to go over.
we talked about tampons on here.
Hey, man. Hey, some of you white boys, you're taking the L tonight, man. Good Lord. See, what we just saw could never happen 25 years ago. Because those guys would go home and get the beat down of their life from their friends. Okay, y'all want to see this video again?
Let me tell you something about LGBTQ rights, about trans rights. This is only
gotta
going
beat
in
it in
one
your head,
direction.
man.
You will respect us. You can be upset. You can be angry. You can think it's unfair. You can feel like we're stealing something from you. But it's still only going in one direction. You will respect us.
Damn. That's cold-blooded, fam. That's cold-blooded. That's some cold-blooded stuff right there, man. Yeah. Adam, you said it's a psyop. Oh, absolutely. Going back to, I think, what you're talking about, like Black China and all that. All of these are psyops. I mean, Russia was really good at doing that, and I think the LGBT community is taking out quite a bit of pages from KGP psyop operations. You know, repeating things over and over and over again, even though they don't make sense at all. But just saying it over and over, even though they know it's wrong, until you are forced to accept it because you heard it so many times, it's just now part of the lingo. You know. Let me tell you guys something. It's only a matter of time till, they're already going after the kids, but they're going to go after the kids a different way. That's why it's so important for them to turn them into spokespeople and turn them into vessels to where you look at them as almost on the same level as adults. That's why it's so important that they use children as spokespeople, because that's how you turn around and create that idea that, hey, maybe they think just on the same level as me at 30, at 40, at 50. Hey, I mean, see what I'm getting at? Again, I can't be as direct as I want to be, but I need you to think on that level. The level of wickedness is untold, man. But shout out to Kid Rock, man. I think Kid Rock made a great video. I think he made, man, look, I think he probably lost them $50 million with this, man.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Fuck Bud Light and fuck Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Yeah, you can't get more American than that. Yeah, it can't get more American than that. And then look, and again, the only people that pay for it are the investors. The working man and woman who have invested in this company. And now, what's going to happen? They're going to miss their sales targets. They're going to have to revise earnings. And shit, who knows how bad this could get? We don't know. Just because you got a couple people within the company who want to be reckless. Want to be reckless. I know. You ever heard of that term, go woke, go broke? It's true. It's true. It is true. Because ain't nothing wrong with calling out injustice. Everybody agrees that injustice must go away. But when you start to become ridiculous, yeah, you put your business at risk. For some harsh penalties. I mean, look what happened to Adidas. They had to go crying back to Kanye West. Because a lot of people on the right and the left was like, God damn, Kanye's spitting some real shit. Why y'all dropped him? Oh, y'all dropped him? Okay, we not buying Adidas. And now they had to go back. They had to go back and sign a deal with him. Let me see that. Let me put that. Yeah. They had to go back. I know some of y'all saw that. You know? Ye and Adidas repeatedly reach agreement to sell 500 million USD in Yeezy sneakers because the shoes weren't moving. They had to put his face back on it. Oh God, Kanye, please come back. Oh, I know we left him too early, but please come back. Spitting some real shit. And again, when you make harsh, movements based on what a small percentage of people think, yeah, you're going to pay the price, man. Yeah, they went back and did another deal because they were losing so much money. They went back and did another deal. You know, crazy shit out here, man. So let me wrap this up with some little bit of stock talk. So I'd love to know where you guys and what you guys are looking at. Again, I really believe that the recession is real and is happening. I don't doubt that some of these companies that are laying off quite a bit of people are doing it because they see something on the horizon. We had Jamie Dimon come out today and say that there are still significant amount of damage in the banking sector. This could be two things, because sometimes I feel like they'll say some things to play the market into a fear, and because I don't know if they want the cheap price and they just but I think this might be the real deal here, folks. Again, we're still in that trend. Steve Gage, you said the truth will get you removed. Yeah, that's why I can't go too far. I'm just, I'm touching the surface. I'm surface level. I'm surface level with it right now. The thing about it is, as stock traders, most of you in the room, you see so many things so clearly. Because you're looking at charts, you're looking at numbers, you're reading about so many different companies and personalities around them. You start to see things in society that are just, disturb you. What I love about being a trader is also you stop caring about, what party and this and that. I mean, you just find, okay, who's going to, be in my best interest. And for the longest that I've been trading, you do remarkably well under conservative leadership, quote unquote conservative leadership. Really nothing conservative about them, financially speaking anyway, in terms of how they run the country. They spend money too. But the markets do well. When they bring up Obama's market, it literally crashed, and then he fixed it up by implementing QE. That's the part they take out. And it's like, oh, well, look, Obama did so good. Well, it was basically at, zero. It was basically at zero. All right, so I'm finding out now that, oh, Lord, yeah, see it again, our people just don't learn. And it looks like we have in Chicago a black mayor. This is the second time in a row that a black mayor has won, and I mean, I don't understand, man. Chicago, I don't get it. Again, I'm not saying vote for the guy who's, just simply because he's white, and vote for him because he's a relatively very conservative candidate and was running on an agenda of eliminating crime, where the other guy was, hey, we got to love on the community. We got to love on the people. Come on, man. There ain't no love. I showed you all the murders going down. Ain't no love. It's a damn disgrace, man. It's a damn disgrace. We don't get it, man. I don't understand why we don't get it. You know? I don't understand why we don't get it, man. Because at the end of the day, folks, let me tell you something, man. I feel for our people, man, really, because the more and more I work on my calculator, and I don't think I showed you guys the calculator I've been working on Chat GPT, and how we're basically missing. We're basically missing in the AI conversation. I mean, there are virtually no black people in the space. And what I know about the population, particularly black women, a lot of black men who work in fields that are overwhelmingly at risk of being eliminated within the next 10 to 25 years by automation. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I saw it very clearly that, computer programming might not even exist in the way we see it now. 10 years from now, it may not exist, because you're going to have an AI co-pilot system where you're going to be you got to be more skilled at implementing the prompts instead of writing the code. The AI is going to write the code. You've got to be able to prompt the AI system co-pilot well enough. These AIs are getting good. Just playing with Chat GPT-4 to where we were playing with it just 2 months ago. Give it 5 years, when by then they'll have the system where it's at genius level and probably speaking instead of typing back to us. This is real. Look, man. Again, and our country is not preparing us for a future. It's not preparing us for a future in what this could mean for the community. They're not preparing us. They're not. What's going on, Kevin Morris? I'm here. So where are the black voices about artificial intelligence? They're nowhere to be found, man. And I don't want to watch a movie 25 years from now talking about you were in the back somewhere and you couldn't really say what you wanted to say, but you were a part of it. And I don't want to hear that. We got all kind of social media platforms. If you are black and you're in artificial intelligence and you're in the room at Microsoft, at Google, come out and speak. Come out and speak. I'm not waiting 20 years from now to find out some made up history about you that you were really back there, but we didn't know you were back there. I ain't got time for it, man. Come out and tell us, yo, look, okay, how do we come up off this thing? Should we fear it? What should we fear about it? What, tell us in a way and keep it real. Because look, folks, I don't want to hear another Silicon Valley tech bro talk to me about AI. I don't. I want to hear somebody different talk about it. And keep it real with me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm the only one who has that need right now, but it's just really sad because I feel like a conversation that should be taking place is not taking place. And every 6 months that goes by and a new edition of the software comes out, it's it's another 6 months or more that you got an entire group of people that are out of touch with, what is going to be a very important piece of technology. What I haven't touched yet is this LSU situation. Shout out to the LSU women's basketball. They went out there and did their thing this past couple of days ago and won the women's national championship. And there were some things that happened that, hey, good old USA. And Jill Biden came out and basically said she wanted the losing team and the winning team and the losing team to show up. That's new. That's new. And you got some people on social media that are calling her a racist for this. They're calling her a racist for this. Let me see. Where's that? There we go.
Women's Basketball Championship.
That's only coming on right.
How many of you saw it? It was like so exciting, wasn't it? It was such a great game. And I'm old enough that I remember when we got Title IX and we fought so hard, right? We fought so hard. And look at where women's sports has come today. So we got to keep working. We got to keep working. So congratulations to both teams. So I know we'll have the champions come to the White House. We always do. So, we'll have LSU come. But you know what? I'm going to tell Joe, I think Iowa should come too because they played such a good game. So, right? So winners and
The
losers,
losing team has never
That's good sportsmanship.
been invited to the team, to the White House. That's new to me. And some people are saying that, because the Iowa basketball team looks like this, that's the only reason she's inviting them. Let me show you what the Iowa basketball team looks like. This is the Iowa basketball team right here. I'm about to show you right now. This is the Iowa basketball team. And yeah, I mean, look. Hey, it is what it is, man. I can go into this for a whole nother hour, but I don't want to drag it out, man. I mean, from what I was taught growing up, when you win the game at the national championship level, whatever professional sport or college sport, you go to the White House. The losing team didn't go to. But hey, what do you say? You know what I'm saying? So we've discussed a lot here, folks, today. We've discussed a lot. Hey, look, guys, we talked gold last week, and man, this has been a very impressive run. Yesterday was incredible in gold. We saw it continued, or today was incredible in gold. This is the market. This is today's market showing up here now as we've opened up for the new session at 6 p.m. But gold is going, man. It's really, really moving. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I showed you. I appreciate you, Universal Success. I appreciate you, brother, even for coming by. I appreciate you. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. Terry Julian Show. I showed you how, when it comes to the gold stocks, GDX is a great way to play it. GDX right now. This is the GDX chart looking really nice right now. You see the weekly. Oh yeah, look, that's beautiful. I mean, just beautiful trend, high on and going in the right direction. with all the money printing that's going to continue on, with the Bank of England suggesting that they may now pivot and lower interest rates. That means the money printing is about to continue to go burr. That means more inflation, particularly in Europe. So where do you go to hide and maintain your wealth? Gold or other physical assets like real estate, physical real estate, not paper real estate. All right, so not REITs, although they may see some some growth. And Bitcoin. Stay away from the altcoins though, because we know Coinbase is about to be sued by the SEC, right? And they're about to delist a lot of altcoins. A lot of altcoins about to be delisted. All right. SEC is suing Binance. Binance will likely have to close up its U.S. operations. All right. So they might start telling people to withdraw, because we do know that altcoins at the end of the day are securities. They went public. They did what's called an offering or an airdrop. An airdrop is basically an offering. If you had to do an airdrop in order to introduce your coin, that's a security. Okay, you did an offering, and that was an offering not allowed. You cannot do an offering in the United States of America without being approved by the SEC. So it's an illegal offering. The only thing to get you around that is, by banning. So they're more than likely going to end up being banned. More than likely going to be banned. And that's under the Biden administration, or especially under a Trump administration. Because we both have an interest of seeing Binance go away, because at the end of the day, they do want the CBDC coin, or central bank digital currency, to be the number one player for the United States. They want you to be in that more than they want you to be in Bitcoin. They can't get rid of Bitcoin, so they accept that. And Bitcoin was never airdropped. Okay, you had to mine Bitcoin from day one. There was never no, hey, here's a bag, give me $300 or $300,000, and here you get some, I get some. That never happened. That never happened. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. I know it was a late show, came out of nowhere. We'll get back to the stocks tomorrow. I've got some stocks that I'd like to discuss. I want to see what they do a little bit more today, a little more tomorrow. Excuse me. Today was an ugly day for the market as a whole. But, look, we had a very impressive week last week where the market ran really hard. But at the end of the day, we're still, trending. And you're going to have the ups, you're going to have the downs. But again, over the long term, we haven't gone anywhere. Don't let these commenters get you riled up or make you feel like we're going to some new all-time high. There's nothing up there. Interest rates are the way they are. It is very expensive for these companies to borrow today. So that means, they are adjusting how much money they're going to be making in the future. And they're laying people off the show for. You have McDonald's tell their employees to go home for the whole week because they're about to lay about 10,000 people off. Read that article. They came out Sunday night, sent an email saying, don't come into the office, McDonald's corporate. Don't even come into the office because we're about to lay off about a couple thousand of you guys. I'm not sure the layoffs happen yet. Okay? Let me show you that article. God damn, these companies, I can't stand these companies sign up to read. I don't care how much money I ever make. I'm not signing up to no website to pay money to read an article. I'm not doing it. Okay, here we go. McDonald's closes offices and tells employees to work from home ahead of layoffs. So Again, McDonald's corporate is at home right now. They're still figuring out how many people they want to lay off this year. This week, excuse me. And it's suspected to be in the thousands, possibly double digits. We just saw GM do a buyout where they bought out nearly 1 million. No, not 1 million, excuse me. 10,000 employees. 10,000 employees took the buyout. And they're going to be taking $1 billion hit because of that. Okay, so these companies are preparing for something. All right, these companies are preparing for something. So you got to be aware, you got to be conscious, continue to watch and listen to what's happening out here. Okay. I want to show you guys my calculator real quick that I'm working on. I'm not going to give you too much sauce because I don't want y'all to end up copying my shit. But again, all created by ChatGPT. But here it is. And you're going to be able to put the stock symbol, stock price, buy strike, the buy price, sell strikes, and then you'll be able to identify what's going to happen at certain changes in the stock. So up 10%, down 10% in the underlying, you'll be able to get how much the put value will be, the spread it's going to cost, what's going to be your return at these different percentages. There are websites that do this, but charge you a shitload of money for the information, and most of them are slow and sometimes don't work. So you're going to be able to get all of this information in the calendar, in the calculator that I'm building here. I'm working with this guy from Upwork. We got a put option spread. We got a call option. We got all kind of calculators. Right now, it's predominantly from spread trades, but we're doing it for single option as well. But this will all be available for sale very soon. Again, all created by artificial intelligence. I would never be able to do this on my own. I'd have no idea how to code at all. But I'm telling the machine to code for me, and it's literally like writing out the code. There's some real shit. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you joining me in the chat room tonight. All of you guys who showed up. Let me go and give you thanks. Kevin Morris, Universal Success. Steve Gage Sr., Juventus Sheila, Darth Kermit. Who else was in here? Money Green. Shout out to Money Green. God damn, some of y'all been rocking me for a long ass time. Trading is a Lifestyle. Adam Gerges. Oh yeah, both of those three especially. Bad Scientist as well. Willa. Zerker00. Any new people I can think of? Jordan Palmer, appreciate you. King Simon, appreciate you. Mr. Luke, appreciate you. Thank you, Sheila. See, Sheila actually using my name, Julian. Most of you guys don't even use my goddamn, stage name, Terry Julian. I'm trying to get this name popping, man, but y'all always be, sending me emails and texting me, calling me Sal and stuff. I'm trying to get this Terry Julian shit off the ground, but niggas love the government name, so. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Got an Iron Condor that's working real good, man. Today was a great day for the Iron Condors. Woo! Love seeing volatility in the markets. Great way to play. And that worked real good today. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, I see a sideways day developing right now. Let me see here. Just curious of where the market is right now after hours. Okay, yeah, not really doing nothing right now. New Zealand just announced a 50 basis point hike. Okay, interesting. New Zealand with the interest rate hike. Shout out to New Zealand. Okay, that's going to help out gold tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Yeah, thank you guys I appreciate you for again joining me. So I continue to make this channel great again. I'm really excited about, what the future holds, but more importantly, going into an election cycle. That means it's very exciting, man. Election cycles are very exciting. 2016 was very exciting on this channel. 2020 was very exciting. Those are always exciting because you start to see some stocks that haven't ran in a long time as people position themselves for the next administration and who's going to benefit and who's going to lose. All right, because they're going to be winners and losers in the market depending on who gets elected. All right, energy and all of them being out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Terry Julian. Tomorrow is another